On Monday, President Trump is hosting Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, and leaders from Europe at the White House to talk about a possible way to end the war in Ukraine. Before their talks, Zelensky and Trump fielded questions from reporters in the Oval Office. Zelensky was greeted with much more warmth this time around than he was in February, when his encounter with Mr. Trump devolved into shouting. The president stated that he hoped that the day's talks would open the door for him, Zelensky, and Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet to talk about the end of the war. Last week, Trump and Putin had a meeting in Alaska. CBS News broadcasts live coverage of the meetings every day. 1 minute ago, European leaders tied security guarantees for Ukraine to their own defense. The significance of guaranteeing Ukraine's security, not only for Kyiv but for the continent as a whole, was emphasized by a number of the table leaders. When we talk about security, we're talking about the security not just of Ukraine. We're talking about the security of Europe and the United Kingdom as well. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said, in reference to Russia's invasion. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni stated that any agreement should focus on how to be sure that it won't happen again. Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, said the security guarantees are a big part of this. As a direct response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Finland joined NATO in 2023. Some of the international media might wonder, why is the president of Finland here? Stubb mentioned Finland's own relationship with Russia, including the Soviet invasion of the country during World War II. I think the reason is probably that we might come from a small country, but we have a long border with Russia, over 800 miles. Stubb said, according to Stubb, if I look at the silver lining of where we stand right now, we found a solution in 1944, and I'm sure we'll be able to find a solution in 2025 to end Russia's war of aggression and find and get a lasting and just peace. Everyone around this table is in favor of peace, the French president declared, noting that when we speak about security guarantees, we speak about the entire security of the European continent. In a subtle suggestion to Mr. Merz, the German Chancellor stated that he can't imagine another meeting taking place without a ceasefire. Trump stated that Putin should not be granted another meeting until the fighting in Ukraine is resolved. As the leaders took turns addressing the assembled media, Rutte, the NATO Secretary General, thanked Mr. Trump for initiating a dialogue with Putin earlier this year and praising the U.S. president for his efforts to end the war, breaking the deadlock with Putin.